In this video, we'll be changing the engine oil and oil filter on a Harley Davidson Sportster. We'll be working on a 2001 Sportster 1200, but this process will be very similar throughout the entire Sportster lineup. We're going to need a few tools and parts to complete this oil change, and those are a service manual, an oil filter wrench, a flat blade screwdriver or 1/4 inch socket and driver. We're also going to need an oil drain pan, some gloves, shop towels or rags, and also some contact cleaner to clean up once we've finished. For parts, we'll need a new oil filter and 3 quarts of oil. So to begin, we'll want to start by warming up the oil. Doing this helps suspend any contaminants inside the oil, and it's also going to help the oil flow out a little quicker. The next step is to locate the oil drain hose, and this is where the Sportsters will vary a little bit. This bike has a drain hose that comes down off the oil tank and plugs onto the muffler mount coming off the rear of the frame. If you've got a newer Sportster, you're going to have a hose running straight down from the oil tank with a plug secured in the end of the hose. So we're going to go ahead and loosen up this hose clamp, slide it up the hose, and then pull the hose from the plug and let it drain into the pan. If you remove the filler cap from the tank, it'll let the oil drain out a little faster. We'll go ahead and give that a few minutes to drain out, and once it has, we're going to temporarily plug this hose so we can move our drain pan up under the oil filter. And now, using our filter wrench, a long extension and a ratchet, we'll remove this filter from the bike. Make sure you've got your oil pan in place to catch the oil. And now with the filter removed, we're going to go ahead and clean up that sealing surface. And then also using contact cleaner, we're going to clean up any oil that got on the engine or the frame. And now with the old oil removed from the bike, we're ready to prep the new oil filter. And to do this, we're going to pour about 4 ounces of fresh oil into the filter. Then we're going to give it a few minutes to soak in. Doing this will minimize the time it takes to build oil pressure the first time the bike is started. We're also going to oil up the sealing O-ring on this filter to make sure we get a good seal. And then once we've given that oil a chance to soak in, we'll go ahead and install the new filter onto the bike. And we like to tighten the filter a good 3/4 of a turn past where the O-ring on the filter first contacts the sealing surface. So now our new filter has been properly installed, we're ready to prime our drain hose. To do this, we're going to add a small amount of oil to the oil tank, and then we'll move down and unplug the hose once more until the oil starts to flow out. Once it does, go ahead and replug the hose and then slide your clamp up into place and tighten it down. Doing this just eliminates the chance of oil pump cavitation. So with the bottom end now buttoned up, we're ready to move up and add the rest of the oil. Refer to your service manual for oil capacity. This bike calls for 3 quarts minus the 4 ounces that we've already added to the oil filter. So we're going to go ahead and add 2.5 quarts. Once we've done that, we're safe to start the engine. From here, you'll want to check a couple things. Once the engine is at or above 1000 RPMs, make sure the oil pressure light has turned off. Then you'll also want to check for any leaks around the engine. When the oil has had a chance to warm up, shut the bike off, and with the bike in the upright position, go ahead and check your oil level. And this is where you'll just top it off the rest of the way with your remaining oil. Once you're at the correct height on your dipstick, you're ready to ride. This concludes our engine oil and filter change on the Sportster. Be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our other motorcycle maintenance videos. Thanks for watching.